New York Giants week number 15 film review. Not much to go over this week, honestly. A lot of zone coverage that was allowing Baker Mayfield to find open receivers, no pass rush, an offense that had nothing going for it whatsoever, some missed opportunities, and this is where we'll start. Missed opportunity for the offense. First quarter, 3rd and 4, ball on Cleveland 7. So Cleveland only sends 4 on the defensive line. They basically drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys back basically and put them underneath and 1 guy high. There's only 7 yards of field to work with here, so not much, but I see what Cleveland's trying to do here. So he does try to go for Ingram, I think this was, who I think is right there. And I guess there might have been a chance to make this play happen. I guess the look honestly could have been the Smith. Caden Smith right here, and if you threw it towards like the S, there's a chance, if you make a high throw, there's a chance to get that one in there. Throwing it to Ingram, though, not much of a chance it was happening. Carl Joseph, nice coverage there for the Browns. Take a look at the offensive line, who I think did pretty good this game, pretty well, I should say, but they did pretty well. Andrew Thomas had a nice game, I think, overall. Did a nice job there, it seems like. Left guard Lemieux, we know how he has his, pass blocking issues and kind of got a swim move on him right there. So luckily Colt McCoy got rid of the ball relatively quickly because Lemieux definitely struggled right here. Seemed like everyone else did okay though. What's happening at right tackle? Fleming against Vernon, not too bad. So yeah, the offensive line outside of Lemieux did pretty well there. But yeah, I guess there was a lot of missed opportunities in this game, and the next play was the really bad punt play. We'll go, not the punt, the Riley Dixon throw. So we'll go over that next. So here it is, the 4th and 5 play, Riley Dixon. Yeah, this is not going to go well, of course. Ball on the 8, 4th and 5. A lot of people, and I'm definitely a person that said this as well, was that Graham Gano was open. I think we all know that. But the Giants are going into this play thinking Nick Gates is the guy, because I'll show you guys from the other angle. They're hoping that Nick Gates goes uncovered here. That obviously was not the case. And we'll let this thing play out. But Nick Gates basically had 2 guys right here and right here stick with him. And that's where it all went wrong. And the Giants, the plan was just to have Nick Gates leak out. There's only 3 guys on the line. The plan was to have Nick Gates leak out here. These guys stay low here. They don't expect Nick Gates to be a receiver. Problem is this guy and this guy go with Nick Gates. And at that point, you're screwed. So yeah, it's not going to work. So the Giants' plan was just to have Nick Gates leak out here with nobody around them. So I get it. And you can't expect Riley Dixon to go through progressions. I think Bobby Skinner for Talking Giants was saying the same thing. Can't expect that from a punter. His job is to get this ball. Did a little pump fake move to the left right there, it looked like, right there, a little shoulder. And, his job was just to throw it to Nick Gates. He was not supposed to scan the field on the right side. The play was to go to Nick Gates, have him as the eligible receiver, basically, that no one was going to expect. But the Browns saw it, credit to them, and the play didn't work. So he was supposed to be open, didn't happen. So it is what it is. I get what the Giants were trying to do there. As I mentioned before, I wish they just kept the offense out there and went for it. They had to get to the 5. They were snapping from the 10, so it really wasn't much yardage to get here. Imagine if we threw a fade to Cam Fleming. That would have been pretty cool. I think he had his arm up like, yo, throw me the ball. But, yeah, did not work. So it is what it is. I just wish they kept the offense out there. So here was another missed opportunity by the Giants offense, and this honestly was an awesome play by Carl Joseph, the safety, who is like kind of playing linebacker on this play, but we'll go over it. I think it's zone defense. I would say this is a cover 3 because no one's stuck with Ingram. Ingram's right here between Caden Smith and Cam Fleming, so he's right here. He's going to run this way, kind of run like, I don't know what this route would be called, honestly. It's going to be like an S, basically. I should know what the name is, but I don't. But anyway, Ingram's going to go down here, up to the top. Now, this should have been a touchdown. Like, he has a step on this guy, has room from him. If this ball was thrown out more, the problem is Ingram had to come back to it. You can kind of see right there, had to come back to it a bit, and it gave the defender enough time to get back to that ball. But that should have been a touchdown. But this is a play that should have worked because if I'm right and this is a cover 3, the number 39 right here kind of leaves his area to follow Darius Slayton, right, on like a post route. So this whole area is cleared out. Like the throw is here to be made. Like this defender, and I guess this is a good route concept. I don't know if it's Jason Garrett's playbook, but I guess Freddie Kitchens will get the credit for this one. But Carl Joseph, we'll take a look, was basically an underneath guy who was looking at, I think this is Shepard. And once he sees Colt McCoy, I guess his eyes lock onto Ingram. He makes a really smart play and gets back to that ball. Just an awesome play by Carl Joseph to save a touchdown. So a lot of credit to the Browns once again. Sometimes you're just good defense beats good offense. I guess it happens. But I see what Colt McCoy was trying to do. This area should have been open. It kind of was. I mean, in the NFL, this should be open. You have a chance to make that throw. Lead him more. Don't let Evan Engram have to come back to the ball. And maybe Engram shouldn't have jumped for it. I get that aspect of it as well. But still, I mean, that throw has to be a bit more out in front, in my honest opinion. So, offensive line, let's take a look what happened here. As I said, offensive line did pretty well in this game, honestly. Awesome job by Thomas, who did get beat at the end there. It looked like they were double teaming. Caden Smith and Cam Fleming were double teaming Vernon on the outside, so that was fine. Nick Gates kind of got ripped away right here, so that's not too good. But it seemed like Nick Gates did a good job, though, of getting onto him. He did a really good job right there, Nick Gates. Watched to help. Nick Gates saw what was going on right there, ran to help, Lemieux's guy, so that was very nice to see. And for Cam Fleming, I guess he kind of got locked up. His left leg went up like a weird amount right there. I don't know what was going on with his footwork there, but yeah, that should have been a touchdown. I'll try and slow it down one more time. You know what I mean? Like if you lay it out here, like, out in front of him a couple feet more and let him get like a basket type catch and not have to come back for it like that, there's no way Joseph's able to make that play. But it is what it is. It was a good decision to go there with the ball. Just an awesome play by Joseph once again. Good job by Colt McCoy to read the defense. Unfortunately, they just made a better play in that situation. Here's the Devontae Downs play on Austin Hooper, 3rd and 2, ball on the 2. Might as well have been 3rd and goal. I guess it is 3rd and goal. Maybe they don't put that on the screen. But anyway, so Austin Hooper is he 81? Or is he this guy? This might be Bryant. I think this is Hooper, 81. So that's his guy. Well, not his guy, but they're in zone coverage. And I think what happens is Devontae Downs gets a little too close to the line of scrimmage. He kind of lets Austin Hooper leak behind him and get a touchdown. We'll just take a look at how it happened. He came up too far. It was like he was oblivious to the fact that there was a receiver right behind him, which is not good. Like, you cannot have that. You cannot look at a guy who is essentially right in front of you. That is pretty much right in front of you. Have him leak behind you and be like, oh, God, it's a passing play. What am I doing here? Like, that's terrible. I know it's not man coverage, but, like, that's still your zone. Like, you have to at least be aware that a guy is going behind you. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, I don't know what the Giants really see in Devontae Downs. I know he's like athletic for a linebacker and whatnot, but, once again, straight ahead, looking right at him. Him and Martinez are just backing up in zone, and for some, I don't know how he doesn't notice the guy behind him. I really don't get it. Like, I don't think you're expecting McKinney to go all the way over here and make. I don't really know. So Devontae Downs, SMH, pretty much all I gotta say to that one. But yeah, too easy right there for the Browns. So here's the 4th and 1 play, just to look at the situation. Ball on the 5. It's a 4th and 1. I thought it was a 4th and 2, honestly. I would lean more towards 2, but, Anyway, so we'll look at this angle right here. The other angle's not going to show us much. I think the guy who made this play was Sheldon Richardson, and I think this is Sheldrick Redwine. I actually had this guy in a mock draft for the Giants, like the one I did in 2019. He hasn't been anything great, so the Giants probably haven't missed out, but still funny seeing that. So I think Richardson makes the play right here. We'll take a look at Zeitler's guy. And I don't know if Zeitler was trying to open up this hole or that hole. I guess by the way he's driving, you try to open up this hole. And I guess, Gallman couldn't get there because he had a guy on the weak side just crashing down Joseph. I don't know if that was Shepard who missed the block or what. I mean, Shepard had come from all the way over here, so you're not really expecting him to make that block. So I guess Joseph makes a nice play right there to maybe get his legs, kind of trip him. And Sheldon Richardson right there cleans that one up. So, the safety right there, Redwine, does a good job of stopping him. Good stopping power, as they say. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't much of a hole to go through. I really can't blame the back for this one. Yeah, I mean, if I was running this ball and I'm seeing this when it's frozen, so I have the advantage here, I'm probably picking this hole. I mean, maybe you say bounce it and go this way, but then, it's a 4th and 1.5. You're not really trying to bounce and run. You're just trying to get 2 yards and move the chains here. So, yeah, I really can't blame Wayne Gallman. I think Sheldon Richardson, once again, I'm just praising the Browns out here, but just made a better play, kind of overpowered Zeitler at the end right there. And I know he kind of ran into him, so I can't really say overpowered, but you know what I mean. So I think they just made a better play than us right there. Once again, I support the decision to go for it in that situation. The score was 3-7. So you make it a 7-6 game if you kick the field goal. I'd rather make it 7-10 or give us the chance to make it 7-10. I have no problems with this. As I said, I probably would have kicked the field goal on the first one with the Dixon passing play. This one I wanted to go for, so it is what it is. The Browns just, kind of got the better of us once again on this play. Here's a positive play for the Giants defense, the Dexter Lawrence sack, and I think this was on Nick Harris, who was the backup. I think he was a center in college, honestly. I forget where he went. Was it Washington? I forget, honestly. But playing right guard here, it was Wyatt Teller, then it was Hubbard who got hurt in the first quarter, so now it's down to the third string right guard, apparently. I think he is. And Dexter Lawrence just kind of makes quick work of him here. Giants were in man, it looks like. I think Baker with a good throw to the sideline I think this is Higgins right here. I guess that was possible. Hunt's locked up pretty well. I guess this is an underneath guy. Locked up well. Safety here, so this probably would have taken a really good throw. But yeah, Baker tried to get out to the left, get the comeback route. Dexter Lawrence was there. We'll look at the other angle. The fumble did not count. I think he was down, but yeah, this is Nick Harris. All right, so here's Lawrence. Let's take a look what happens right here. He just tries to lock him up with an arm, and yeah, it did not work. And I think another guy tried to come in as well. The center even tried to come in there and make a play on Lawrence, but by that point it was too late. Too big, too strong. Had the quickness to get to Baker Mayfield, who's not Lamar Jackson out there. He has some mobility, not Lamar Jackson though. But yeah, good play right there by Lawrence. Wrap him up. Almost got the fumble. Would have been a huge turning point in the game. Unfortunately, his knee was down. Let's take a look. I mean, I guess it was. The replay probably would show it better. But yeah, this probably takes away what could have been a nice comeback route for the Browns and a first down, but a nice play by Dexter Lawrence right there. So here's a play with Julian Love in coverage. I think Love didn't play all that bad in this game. The Browns, as I said in the postgame, just made a lot of nice contested catches on him. So he's right here on top of the screen. Giants are probably going to cover 3 if I had to guess. Looks like it, yeah. Couple, 1, 2, 3 underneath guys. And I think it's Landry who's kind of, I guess, hesitating in his route, who's going to cut in right here, and that's where Baker goes with the ball. That was not Landry. I'm sorry, I got that one wrong. But this is Landry right here. Loops around this guy, makes this play. And once again, it's just like, it's good coverage, quote unquote. I know it's not man, but it's good to get there when the ball arrives. But Landry just makes an unbelievable catch. And you can see Love thinks it hit the ground, which, I guess it didn't because the replay didn't show it. And, it's hard for the corners because there's not much pass rush whatsoever for the Giants in this game. It was pretty bad. They rushed even Logan Ryan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on this play. The Browns' offensive line, despite having some guys out, honestly held up very nicely, and that was a good throw. And I think it was good coverage, and just as we know, great offense beats good defense. That's pretty much how it goes. So I think Love did a pretty good job here, honestly. Baker's loading the throw right here, so this is where the reaction should go. He reacts to it pretty nicely. Just, I guess it's just a great catch by Jarvis Landry. So I think Julian played okay in this game. I really don't think it was as bad as it, might look in the stat sheet and whatnot, but it is what it is. I guess he'll never play corner again, but I really didn't think it was that bad of a performance, but I guess we'll see how they use in the final 2 weeks of the year. So here was a 3rd and 10. Game is pretty much out of reach. 10 minutes left. It's a 3-possession game still at this point, but Darius Slayton with a pretty bad drop, who is right here. It was a 3rd and 10, as I mentioned. This would have been a first down. It was a good ball that hit him right in the chest, and I guess it was lack of concentration. He might have tried to turn upfield before catching it. But this is a problem. I tried to say this, and I'm sure some other people saw it. Darius Slayton has a drop issue, had it in college. He's had it in the NFL. And this is why part of the reason at least why I can't proclaim him this wide receiver 1 that some people were talking about. You have to make that catch. There's no excuses. It's not like this thing is thrown at 70 miles per hour. I think McCoy didn't put much on it and just put it right in his chest. And this is just a lack of concentration type of drop, and you could tell he's upset with himself and all that. And if these drops happen when the Giants are hopefully competitive next year and competing for the playoffs down the stretch, which is what we hope, these drops will kill you, and it definitely has to be said. So Slayton has to get better at this in the offseason. He'll be here next year, 99% sure he'll be here next year. He has to get better at it. There's no doubt in my mind. So I think he can do it, but there is work to be done. This is against Denzel Ward, I think, too, 21. So, that's against a really good corner. So at least he got open, just got to catch the ball. So here's the final play we'll go over, unfortunately, a negative one, but this is the one where Andrew Thomas gave up a sack, but you might as well say the entire offensive line gave up a sack because everyone was terrible on this play. I think this was the second to last play of the game, maybe the last one, but a lot of bad things happened on this play. We'll get to Thomas last. Let's see what happened out here. So I think Cam Fleming just straight up got beat outside by Olivier Vernon. We saw that one happen. What happened with Zeitler? Zeitler was fine. He didn't really do anything. He tried to go over and help with Vernon, but he already had him beat outside. Lemieux kind of got put in the blender here by this guy. A little spin move right there. That was a really nice play. And Dion Lewis tried to chip this guy. Here's Lewis. Here's the guy he's supposed to chip. And he might have knocked him down, honestly. I guess Gates, he kind of got off Gates right there. Lewis tried to knock him down. It might have worked. He looked off balance at that one point, but he got to the quarterback essentially. But yeah, this was very ugly. And we'll take a look at Andrew Thomas and what happened here. Working against possibly one of the best DNs in football, maybe the best. And you could tell right there, that was an awesome move. So Myles Garrett just fakes like he's going in. Thomas leaned in, then got outside. Watch, in and then out. I mean, that was just a really nice way to get to the quarterback by Myles Garrett. I mean, it's tough when you're a rookie to deal with stuff like that. I think Andrew Thomas did very well against him most of the game, but you could tell Andrew Thomas was off balance. I'll try to slow it down. I mean, you see right there how much he's reaching. He has no power on his left side right now. It's just all his weight's on his right side. Now, once again, watch Myles Garrett, who faked like he was going in. He fakes like he's going in here. Thomas tries not to get beat inside, right? Puts that right foot down heavily, and then leaves his outside vulnerable. And that's exactly what happened, and then Myles Garrett got around. So it wasn't a flawless game from Andrew Thomas, but I thought he did pretty well overall. But the entire offensive line was garbage on this play. So, yeah, I can't blame a specific guy, but it is what it is because he's the 4th overall pick. We're going to point at him most times. But anyway, that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's hard to enjoy a game like this. There were some positives. We saw Leonard Williams sack in there. We saw Julian Love have some nice coverage, even though it was a catch. We saw at least a couple of positive things in here. But for the most part, team's got to play better. Tough task against Baltimore next week. That might be an ugly one. Hopefully it's not. But, we'll see what happens. But I'll talk to you guys next time, and hopefully you enjoyed.